Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. In this occasion, I will share to you the material for the sixth meeting. As we talked about in the previous videos, we already discussed some kinds of Tesol methodology, yeah. So I will continue again. This is another Tesol methodology. Last time we talked about uh, problem-based learning, and now we have a project-based learning here, everyone. So we will discuss this teaching methodology in this video. But as usual, before we go on to the material, I will share to you the vision of our Latansa Mashiro University. Menjadi universitas yang unggul, berdaya saing global, berjiwa entrepreneurship berlandaskan akhlakul karimah. And the vision from our Faculty of Teacher Training and Education is menjadi Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan yang unggul pada penyiapan bahan ajar berbasis digital dan edupreneur yang dapat berdaya saing global dijiwai akhlakul karimah. And our vision in English Education Study Program is menjadi program studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris yang unggul pada penyiapan bahan ajar berbasis digital dengan pendekatan kearifan lokal serta edupreneur yang memiliki daya saing global dijiwai akhlakul karimah. That's all everyone. The vision from our university. Yeah. Don't forget, we are always to be a person who have a ahlakul karimah. And I have one surah, Quran Surah Az-Zumar, verse 9. I will read the meaning of this surah to you. Say, are those who know equal to those who do not know? Indeed, only those endowed with understanding will take it. So, this surah means that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala emphasized the significant difference between those who possess knowledge and those who don't. People of knowledge have the ability to gain deeper understanding of life, religion, and the world, and to derive wisdom from every event. Through knowledge, one becomes wiser and more capable of guiding oneself and others toward the path of truth. So, we can learn from this Quran Surah Az-Zumar verse 9 that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala uh, will give a good path to a person who have a knowledge rather than a person who don't have knowledge. So please everyone, we are as an academic. So we have to be more wiser. Yeah. When we learn something, especially we learned about kinds of Tesol methodology, teaching methodology. So hopefully you will become one day, yeah, you will become a teacher who will be more wiser to decide which one the best for your students in the classroom to make all the teaching and learning material fit to your students and also comfortable for you and also your students. Yeah, so you have to choose which one is effective for your teaching and learning as your teaching method, everyone. So please carefully, we will discuss the project-based learning here. Okay, everyone, look at this. Our society changes our curriculum for changes the paradigm. You know that in our country, in Indonesia, our government always change the curriculum when there is a new government. Yeah, but that's okay. It's kind of politics something, yeah. But you have to know that the changing itself should be fit on the technology, yeah. Since the technology now is beyond our expectation, yeah, because there is also an AI. So high technology is merely somewhat can help us in our daily life, but we have to be wiser, yeah, to use the technology. Okay, so something in the past we always feel distance. Now everything feels like in front of our face, yeah, just from our gadget, from our smartphone. We can just communicate with someone that are far away from us. That's because of technology, everyone. And then look at here. So there is no more teacher centered learning. Yeah. This is not fit for our condition in 21st century in this global and technological era. Yeah. So we don't use anymore this teacher center. Yeah. No more passive students. No more just a transfer knowledge. Yeah. So what we gonna do? Yeah. Once one of mm, all they are already talked before about kinds of teaching methodology. This is one of you can choose for teaching methodology. That is project-based learning. Why it called project-based learning? Because this teaching method based on the project, everyone. So look at here. I got some scholar, yeah, that talk about the project. Okay, look at here. Uh, knowledge by generating their project based on their interest and individual differences. Okay, let's see again. Another one. What the benefit of project-based learning, everyone? Why we should use this kind of teaching method? First, develop communicative. Second, critical thinking, everyone. The third one, problem solving skill. And how? Look at here. How it can be critical thinking, communicative. Uh, in project-based learning, when you use this kind of methods, yeah, Students become the center of the learning process. Yeah. And then what they are gonna do as the center of a learning process, the students will make a product. Yeah. So when you use project-based learning, you and your students will have something like a product. Product, it's it can be anything, yeah. Don't think something hard to do. Yeah, product can be anything. And then um look at here, everyone. Hmm. Systematic instruction method that develops students' language skill, cognitive dominant, global personality, skill through valuable project. Yeah. So project-based learning will help our students to be more capable of doing something, yeah, in real life situation. And then by using project-based learning, we can see here the pyramid of learning. Yeah, in here you can see there is a, if we use project-based learning, 90% our students will say and do. Yeah. If uh, this is just a read, your student will only get a 10%. If this is just a hearing and words, and then only 20%, your student can get the material, the knowledge. If is it that just a saying, it's only 30%. Yeah. And for the 50%, is it look like your student will see and hear, like a watching movie, everyone, or watching you, watching me right now in my video? You only get a 50%. You have to know that. Yeah. So if you do something, not only see and hear, you will get a 90%. You will get a 70% when you participating in a discussion. Yeah, but unfortunately, I rarely see you doing a discussion in our asynchronous meeting in Google Classroom. So I think you just seeing me and hear me speak in this video. So you will just get a 50%, everyone. That's how you do if you just record yourself as a teacher and teach the material to your students. But by using project-based learning, you will get a 90%, yeah, understanding of your student about the material. Because why? Because the students not only see and hear and understand, but they are doing something, yeah, in a real life situation, of course. That's how project-based learning us to do in teaching and learning process. That's why in project-based learning, after doing something, doing the project, there is a product. Okay, and then look at here. This is based on the Dewey. Yeah, this theory is kind of an old, but still we can use it. Yeah. For the underlying principle, the principle in project-based learning, learning by doing. Yeah. So project-based learning will teach the students to learn by doing something. Yeah, it means that teacher is not to impose ideas or habits, but to select the influences which shall affect the students to assist in properly respond then constructive activity. Yeah. So when you use project-based learning, you as a teacher become a facilitator, everyone. So student as the center of the learning process should become the actor, yeah, that doing the project. Okay, we are just assisting our students to do the project until they make something as the product of the project. And then, hence, emphasize that learning activities process should learn to discover principle, concept, and fact for themselves. Yeah. And then, project-based learning concept by Vygotsky and Brunner. This is also the scholar, yeah. They say that in project-based learning, learning occurred through social interaction. Why? Because since project-based learning asks the students to do something, learning by doing, they will do a social interaction with who? Of course, with their peers or with their groups. In project-based learning, of course, you can make a group project. Yeah, this will help students more understand and easy to do the project rather than they should doing the project individually. Yeah, and then encourage individual to deal with cognitive challenges just a little bit beyond the current level of ability. Call it zone of proximal development. This is from Vygotsky. Yeah? This theory is famous. So, by doing the project-based learning, this will help individual, each students to strengthen their cognitive system in their brain. Yeah. They, and we can also make something like a level of difficulties in our project. Yeah. And then next, because we talk of soon of proximal development, CPD, yeah, from the Vygotsky. Look at here. What the student can learn unaided is here that the inner circle one, yeah. And the CPD is in the outer, yeah, in the middle. And the last one, what the students can learn with your help is in the outside here. So it means that we as a teacher only can assist the students for what they really needed. Yeah. We can't or we never can control our students inside. Yeah. Because they have their own ability to do what they are gonna do by themselves. Yeah. So we will just become a facilitator or assist them to complete the project. And then look at here how knowledge develop. When you student center and when student enter meaningful interaction. These two conditions will help our students develop their knowledge. So if the student become the active learners, their knowledge will develop. And when they get the meaningful interaction from their teaching and learning process with the teacher, student with the students, this also will help to develop their knowledge. And then everyone, multi-communication also help the students develop their communicative skill. Yeah. And this will develop in project-based learning because all the project, especially when the project is come from a group project, students with another students in their groups will work together. And there is a multi-communication during the project. Yeah. And then here, Simpson 2011 further characterized project-based learning as you can see here. First, focuses on content learning rather than on specific language pattern. So the project-based learning will focus on content learning. Yeah. The second one, student center, so the teacher become the facilitator or coach or assistant. Yeah. And the third, encourage collaboration among students. Yeah, students will collaborate each other during the project. Fourth, lead to authentic integration of language skill and processing information from multiple sources. This will help students to choose authentic material and also using their own language skill and also uh, some kinds of project can be a multiple sources. They can get information, references from so many sources, yeah. And then allow learners to demonstrate their understanding of content knowledge through an end product. Uh, this is only happen in project-based learning. So if you want to have something like a product after you do teaching and learning process with your students, you may use this project-based learning. Yeah. And then bridges using English in class and using English in real life context. Why? Because project-based learning, once again, will come up with multiple communication. So English not only used in the class, but also can be used beyond the class. Because project uh, uh, not only doing in the classroom, but also it can be continue after the class. Yeah, project doing the project needs sometimes. Yeah, So the weaknesses of this project-based learning is time consuming, but it's fine because we can make a project maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's fine since we make a preparation for everything for this project. So this project will go further and I would say have a an product that you and your students really want. Yeah. And then for classroom techniques and procedure, by using project-based learning, look at here. This is the basic procedure by Ringley. Yeah. The first one, the cycle from project-based learning is selecting the topic. Of course, if you want to make a project, you and your student should select the topic first. What kind of topic that you want to do the project? Yeah. After that, you can start to make a plan. Yeah. After you choose the topic, decide the topic, and then you can start to do the plan. What is the plan for this kind of topic? Yeah. You can start from thing step by step to do the plan. So the time consuming will can be managed uh, and effective, yeah, if you make a good plan for doing this project. And the third one is researching. After you make the plan, you have to search for for all the material that you need to do the project. And then the fourth step is developing the product. After everything, the material sources that you needed, um, you collect during the research step, then you can start to develop the product. Yeah. In this step, you need some times, yeah, to develop the product. And after the product is done, yeah, you can go on the last step. That is sharing result. In sharing result, you can make if this project is in a group, you can make a group presentation, everyone. So each group can present their product. It means that in sharing result, all the students can show their product. That's how project-based learning cycle. Yeah. And then Stanley in 2000 and also Markham et al. In 2011 also have another cycle of project. I would say there are several theories from different scholar that they propose kinds of project-based learning cycle. So look at here. This is from Stanley and Markham, yeah. The first cycle is starting the project. The second one, developing the project. The third one, reporting to the class. And the last one is assessing the project. Yeah, it's similar with the Bringley, but this rather, what is it? Um, Not step by step clear, yeah. Look at here if the Bringley set by step, yeah. choosing the topic, making plan, researching, developing product, and then sharing result. But if you look at this is just get start the project, yeah. Whatever is it, you can start by choosing the topic or everything, yeah. And then you can go to developing the project, reporting to the class by presenting or something, and then there is an assessing. There is interesting one. Evaluation, yeah, project evaluation here. This kind of good something, yeah, because we need evaluate our project, yeah, as for our feedback in our teaching and learning process. And then everyone, the result is students are responsible in their own education. So when doing the project-based learning, students will more responsible for their own learning, their own project. Yeah. And they will become more independent or autonomous learner. The second one, they work collaboratively to solve problem. Yeah. You know that in doing the project, it must be there is a problem will come up, but it's okay. You still in your groups and you can solve any kinds of problems. Yeah. And also project help students work in team. Next, opportunities to create innovative learning environment. Yeah. By learning by doing, this is one of the opportunity to make innovative or innovation learning. Yeah. And then the last one, join in meaningful activities. Of course, when you do the project, it can be a week or 2 weeks, or even in 3 weeks. It's always have something like a meaningful activities for your students. Yeah, because that's a real um, learning experience. And then the last but not least, yeah, I have a assignment for you, everyone, before I close this or I end this video. As usual, uh, you have to watch my teaching video, and then you have to understand what is project-based learning that I already explained to you. Yeah. After that, you have to summarize all the material. Yeah. You need to underline three important key point, yeah, of the material that I already explained to you by recording into a video with the duration 3 minutes or more, yeah. And don't forget to share your link video in the Google Classroom, yeah, as the proof that you did the assignment. That's it, everyone. Thank you for being with me and watching me in this video. And I hope we can meet again in our next video. Bye.